on the topic of feminine mastery, or self-mastery. I'm wanting to bring this up because I see again and again a lot of misunderstanding around feminine power and energy and what it takes to actually become powerfully feminine. And so I wanted to discuss that a bit with you here today. This group is about getting women together to discuss what is really getting in the way of your feminine power. Now, I see a number of things that are getting in the way of women's power. And the first is, I'm going to call it the tips and tricks angle. That you think that you can get some quick tips and quick tricks to add to your existing bucket of masculine tricks, basically, which is what we're mostly taught. And that's going to magically get you in your feminine power. And you know, if that's what you're here for, you're in the wrong place. If you actually want to learn about real, deep, inner transformation, you are in the right place. If you're looking for tips and tricks, then it's better to unsubscribe, frankly, from this group, okay? If you're seeking the real thing, and if you have the energy and the courage to do the work that it takes for self-mastery, for feminine mastery, then please stick around and I will lead you in that direction. Now, the second thing that I see that happens is an externalization onto things outside of themselves. I see women desperately trying to work out, you know, how do I change things in my relationships? How do I date differently? Should I or shouldn't I do this with men or in communication? And this externalization onto other things outside of you is classically what the false feminine does. It's classically what the maid and the princess do. And feminine mastery is a mastery over yourself. It has to start with you, okay? Feminine mastery is a mastery of your inner environment. That means two things. It means your mind as well as your body and your energy, okay? For us to master ourselves, we master ourselves first. This takes time, it takes dedication, it takes the learning of what I discovered, which are the 5 core feminine arts and skills that you get to learn, to embody, to embrace, and to enact from inside out in your life, in order that you start to own the feminine arts for yourself from the inside out. And then what we get to do as a community of women is we get to share our experience. We get to share the problems we're having. We get to share, well, what's happening here when I've embodied the feminine arts and skills, okay? And that then we can start to talk about our relationship to the masculine in the world, our relationship to men, for example, our relationship to abundance, whatever else. But without self-mastery, you are never going to stand in the queen. You're never going to achieve self-mastery without first acknowledging that you do not have self-mastery. And back to the first point, self-mastery is a lifetime evolution. It's an application of spiritual principles. It's an application of understanding that we're not supposed to transform in a bubble. What that means is on your own. We were never supposed to transform on our own. We were always supposed to share our experience. We're always supposed to be together in sisterhood to uplift each other. So why I've brought this topic today is I see many questions that come through that is just belying this concept. It's too worried about, you know, why is dating not working for me? Why are men turning up and being assholes? Or why is my mother-in-law behaving like this? Or my kids or whatever? I can tell you the answer to that is a lack of self-mastery. And that if you turn the tide back toward yourself, if you turn back into yourself, and you look at yourself, and you feel yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that you learn to, it's not just about acceptance of yourself, it's about acknowledging the lack of awareness that you have of your thoughts, of where your energy's at, that you have no sensation in your body, that you cannot identify how you're feeling at any moment. These are basic foundational level requirements for a woman to attain at least a certain level of feminine mastery. And if you are honest with yourself and you can say, I cannot feel anything in my body, I can't acknowledge my own emotions, and I am nowhere near owning my own emotions, then you are a far cry away from both feminine mastery and self-mastery. And this is actually what you are seeking, even if you don't know it yet. Even if that concept of slowing down and attaining this self-mastery feels frustrating to you because you want it all now. And you see, when you want it all now, that's just coming from the very lack of presencing of your anxiety, of your frustration that the world feeds into. There's so much in our modern world that wants you to have quick tips and fixes. It wants you to take a pill, do something fast in order to take you away from yourself, frankly. Most of that stuff takes you out of yourself and not into yourself. The powerfully feminine work is a work that will take you into yourself. It'll turn your awareness from the outside world back inwards to your light, even to the pain inside. This is a good thing. You need to turn toward difficult emotions, difficult feelings inside yourself, as much as you need to turn toward your light. Because it is without that turning inwards, turning toward yourself, that you will never really discover your light. You'll never really have self-knowledge and self-mastery. Our world wants to tell you, give you guarantees, give you quick fixes, and it is taking you out of yourself and away from yourself. In your discoveries, even through the way I train my women in the Powerfully Feminine Intensive, okay? I teach them the 5 core feminine arts in order that they can discover themselves, in order that they can master the feminine arts, in order that they can arise in their own queen and discover her from inside out. I'm not telling them what their queen looks like. I'm giving them a framework and arts and skills to apply in themselves in order to establish discovery about themselves, an emergence of their feminine from the inside out. Now, the reason why I do it this way is this lasts, this will persist. This has longevity and legs to it. If you go to somebody and you want them to read you or tell them that this is your past life, or this is who you are, or this is what I see, that is just more intellectual knowledge to you. That is not going to change you. For you to transform, you have to see yourself first. I always say that you cannot transform what you don't see. And seeing ourselves requires us to be honest with ourselves. And that means honest with the difficult things and the painful things, as well as our light. There is no such thing. You cannot skip that step and actually have an emergence of yourself that is deep and real and founded in yourself, in your self-discovery. This work here in the Smart Savvy Feminine group is about self-discovery. It's about understanding that in learning the feminine arts and skills, in seeking support, sisterhood and community, that you get to bring it all out, come out of hiding, all of it. As I said, the good, the bad and the ugly, it's all welcome here. Be honest, be vulnerable, reveal yourself. This is how you will emerge into your queen and into your true feminine. Short, I want you to muse on what I've passed here today. I want you to feel, is this what I want? Is this place the right place for me? Or am I actually just seeking tips and tricks? If you're seeking tips, great, go and look somewhere else. It's not what this work's about. If you want the real thing, if you want real change, if you want real transformation, please stick around. Please share yourself with us. Please ask questions in order that I can respond to you. If you don't ask questions, I'm not going to be able to respond to you. All right? I am sending much, much love to you. I know this has been a very strong lesson today. Please respond below with questions, with reflections as you let this sink inside you. All right, for now, sending you much, much love from my heart to yours, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye for now.